Hey guys, welcome back to another Building Kashyyyk weekly segment. Alright guys, so it's been a month, almost a month and a half now since my last segment. So that means I must have a bunch to show for you guys over the last 5 to 6 weeks of being absent on Kashyyyk. And the answer is yes, I have plenty of to show you guys. I have been busy with a whole bunch of things, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm just going to get straight into the segment because, guys, there is so much to cover in this segment that it's going to at least exceed 30 minutes plus, maybe even 40 minutes. But there is tons and tons of things to show you guys. Get ready because this is going to be a long Kashyyyk segment, and I think you guys are going to really like it because there's plenty of awesome inside features that we're going to cover. I've been teasing lots and lots of things on Facebook, and I'm finally glad to show you guys what I've been working on the last couple of weeks. So I hope you guys like it, and without ado, let's get started. Let's go.
That's right, guys. I have the elevator now fully functionally working. You can actually go up all the way there. You can go all the way down here. So yeah, pretty freaking awesome, if I may say so myself. I can make it go extremely fast or really slow. Just depends on what I want to do. But yeah, it's a little shaky like that. But the only reason it's shaky is, as you can see, I use Technic pieces. We covered this many weeks ago of the design I chose to do. So it's going to be a little shaky like that, but that means that there is no friction between here and this right here, and that's key when making a Lego elevator. Oh my god, guys, I can't tell you how freaking awesome it is to complete a Lego elevator. I swear, since I was a little kid, since I was like 7 years old, I've always wanted to make a Lego elevator. So here's like the behind shot, so I'll go ahead and show that to you. Make it go slow, and I'm just using this right here, and I'll explain what I did. And then as soon as it comes down, we can stop. Alright, so first of all, isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh, it's really cool. I'm really excited that this elevator now works, and that it works, and there's no problems with it, and that's just really awesome. So not only do we have lights, not only do we have automatic doors, but we have an elevator now in this base. Man, this keeps on getting awesomer and awesomer. This is a really awesome thing. I'm sorry, I'm a little kid of myself is coming out. Well, anyhow, so let me explain what's going on here. So first of all, you can see that I've completed the elevator, and I've added in a lot of bracing. Last saw it, I think it was like right here or something. It was right at this level, I believe. So I've added 2 more sections, I guess you could say. Topped it off right here with a very sturdy, I don't know, Technic thingy I made. Put an NXT motor actually, and the way I'm using that NXT motor is there's a converter cord that takes the NXT system cords and it converts it to the old-fashioned Lego cords like this. This was the I don't know, early 2000s, what they did with Lego. I forget what it was called. It was the thing before the NXT. I think it was the RCX or something, RX or something. So that system, I did that, and it's also the same system the Lego trains used to work as well. Anyhow, so I used the converter cable for the NXT motor to this, and then I had a really long version of this type of cable from long ago, and I thought that they'd be useful because when I was a young kid, I used to love playing with motors and stuff. So I have a whole bunch of these cords. They're actually over there, as you can see. So I actually used this one in the beginning, and I was like, don't I have a longer one? So I found a longer one. I took my train remote, and you can get these things off eBay. Lego doesn't make them anymore. But this is a wonderful, wonderful thing because it controls the speed. If I used anything else, the speed would just be constant. It would either be really fast, and you couldn't really adjust the speed much on newer things. I think there is some newer power function stuff, but I don't really know much about that. I know this system because I grew up with this. So that's how it works. It's very simple. You just have a cable going to this, going to the motor, and the way this up here is working is you just have the motor. It's strapped down onto this thing very well. It's very sturdy, and then this whole elevator shaft is connected right here to this. This is where the elevator comes up and obviously opens. So you have the elevator itself. The reason why it's here, I'll show you what it is. You can see it's like two of those thick plates, and underneath, try to show you right there, there is a weight brick. And honestly, I can use this thing without the weight brick. I can just do one plate, just this top plate right here. But if I do that, you get more motion, more like and I don't want that. So this is definitely not the final version of the elevator. I don't know what to call it. The actual elevator part, the carrying piece. I don't know. It's not the final thing. So that will be adjusted. It's just temporary. I'll make a nicer looking one. And this thing can hold some weight. I've been able to put like some Lego speeders. Like I was trying those things over there's Droid speeders. Sorry for the zoom. You know, I was experimenting. This thing can hold up a lot of weight. Now, what is connected to down here? I'll try to show you here. It's let's see. Camera will focus. You can kind of see it. I might just pull it out. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Here, I'll give some slack like that, and we can just pull it out like that. Okay. So here's what's going on here. It's just basically two Technic pieces, and there's this one Technic piece right there with the rope around it, and then to get it centered perfectly, I had to use these like middle plates like that. And then again, there's that weight brick, and it's really relatively simple, to be honest here. And then I put some clone troopers on it just for the heck of it. And then underneath, I just got some tiles. Again, it's very simple what I've done here. Nothing ridiculously complicated that I've seen other people try to make Lego elevators with. So I'm gonna get the slack back up. And again, it's just a rope pulling it up, and again, I can change the speed to slow, fast, and we can pause it wherever we want to pause it. So probably what I'll do is I'll have a stopping plate right here or something that'll come out, because you have that gap. You see that gap right there? I'll probably have something that comes out, and it'll keep it flush, so when it comes up, it'll just stop. So yeah. And then also you'll see that I've put these rods. I don't know, do I have another one around me? No, I don't. Okay, but I've put these rods. You can see how I did this. These are these rod pieces from older Lego sets. I had a whole bunch of them, and I was like, hold up, let's look at a real elevator shaft. These things have these X's, just like these things. Basically, I took this concept and made it on a larger scale, and it worked wonderfully. Now, this was a bit tricky getting this right, because if it squeezed the elevator, if it squeezed it more, like if I don't know, whatever, it would disrupt the elevator and the shaft would get stuck. So you have to get these things just right when separating like this, and you have to get it on perfect on both ends. Complicated stuff I'm not going to go into, but that is the whole design. That is the final design, except for this part. This will change, but everything else is pretty much final. I'll probably hide the cables and all that. But yeah, this is really exciting to see this done. So I'll go ahead and show it to you one more time. And back up, because it's just that cool. Again, you can see how it wobbles a little bit, and there's ways to fix that with Lego weight bricks. So I can probably work on that at a later time. But there is ways to get rid of that wobble. That's only temporary. But for the most part, it works seamlessly, and that's the important thing, is that it works, and it doesn't break, and doesn't get stuck, because like that's the biggest problem. And I want to remind everybody why I went with these Technic pieces right here, is because if you take your finger, and you slide your finger across a whole bunch of Lego bricks stacked up like this, you slide your finger, you will feel grooves between your fingers. And those grooves, when perfectly next to another Lego piece, stop the Lego. I know it's weird, it's confusing, doesn't really make much sense, but that's just the science behind it. With the Technic rods here, we take our Technic technology that we did here, you can see that it's all smooth. There is no overlaying gaps, and that's why it works. And that's why we did that initial design. So it is so awesome for me to say that this elevator's done, but guys, we have so much more to do in finishing, especially the back area, but also Kashyyyk itself. So this is not the only thing I've worked on. We will move on over here. That's right, there's more. So I've already started over here getting this hallway thing done, because this needs to be done ASAP, and I'm almost done with it. I added these like almost bionicle things right here, because you know what? It's going from like a Wookiee type structure to a clone structure. It's like, why don't we combine that a little? I took some bionicle pieces, I just played around with it. And you know what? That looks kind of cool to me. I like it. I hope you guys like it. And then my weird looking stairs here. So what's going on here is I wanted to get tiles, but I still wanted studs. So I kind of did a little combo of the both. And that's what I came up with. And I like it. It looks a little off, I know, but I like it. That's the important thing. The reason why I like studs is because when I'm showing off the mock, I want figures walking through here. That's why you will not see completely tiles or completely studs, is because I like to have studs so I can put my minifigures everywhere. And remember, there's going to be a brick film made out of this, so you know studs are kind of key when working with animation. You know, holds the Lego figures down really well. So I've been working on that, and then if we take our attention over here, you will see a landing pad. Not the very final landing pad, but close to it, and I really like this actually. So what's going on here is, okay, I came up with this originally. This was my original landing pad, and I liked it. I thought, hey, this is kind of cool. It's just a whole bunch of these octagon Lego plates that I never used for anything. I was like, well, why don't we make a landing pad out of this? So I made this. That looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll get rid of some of that. I'm going to probably take some white tiles or something and make like a giant circle on it to make it more landing pad-like. But then I went online that this is not what a landing pad usually looks like. This is what a landing pad usually looks like. So I came up with this secondary design. It was like, huh. And then I was thinking, I was debating, maybe I should like ask you guys in this video, you know, should I do this design or this design? But then I thought, wait a second, why don't we combine the two? And I was like, that looks awesome. So I went ahead and did that, and I think that looks like an awesome landing pad. Again, I'll probably put a big circle on here to really emphasize landing pad using little tile pieces. I can do that at a later time. Right now, the actual entire thing is on a couple of bricks, and it's actually going to continue to be like that. It's just going to be it's actually going to go up one more brick level, because I decided, you know, have this running waterfall over here, right? So this is going to need to go somewhere. And originally I thought maybe I can do like a waterfall off the elevator right here, curving over to that. I was like, no, that's not gonna work, because you have to have a cave for the elevator. It's not gonna work. So I came with the other idea. I was like, well, why don't we have the river running through here? But I wanted this landing pad here, so I was like, why don't we take the river and put it under it? So it's gonna go ahead and flow under it, and it'll come out to here, so we have some water right here. It'll just flow over, and that kind of makes sense. It's just a flowing river and turns into a waterfall right here. Ta-da! Problem solved. I hope you guys like this idea. I'm just kind of going on by ear. So yeah, the next problem I'm facing right now is, if we go back to Kashyyyk, you will notice, I mean, if you have a good eye, I mean, it's not that noticeable, but our friendly NXT motor over there of the elevator is kind of noticeable. Maybe if you're back down here, you won't see it as much, but it is noticeable enough that we need to work on that. So going to try something called forced perspective, and I'm sure you guys heard me say this before. Forced perspective is like, for example, me taking my camera and putting this right here, and all of a sudden this Kashyyyk mock looks like you're in the mock right now, right? Because it looks huge right now. That's called forced perspective, because you're getting the perspective of the Lego figure right here, what the clone trooper is seeing. It's huge, right? But when we take away, get rid of that perspective, all of a sudden it becomes much smaller. So that's my little brief example of forced perspective. There's much more to it. Right, so what I'm thinking about doing is just making some very small, like, mountain pieces right here to cover this. And so when it looks like, when you're standing back, it just looks like a little slope upwards off this mountain, even though the two aren't actually blended in. I mean, if I wanted to, I could really work hard and curve this all the way back, but too much work, we're not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to slope this upwards, and then it's going to kind of do a curved slope, have some slope right here, a little minor slope, because I want to put this turret right here. I also had the idea of maybe putting the turret right here. Like, I was like, well, maybe this elevator is a great example to put that turret right there. And then, I stood back and I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Just a giant turret sticking out from Kashyyyk, and I don't really want to cover it up. So we're going back with the original spot over here. And I think that makes more sense because you have the landing pad right here. By the way, if we take our gunship right here, yeah, look how awesome the gunship looks like in Kashyyyk. Yeah, anyhow, take our gunship and put it on our landing pad. It looks really awesome. I am liking the way it's looking, and I hope you guys think so too. So that's what's going on over here. So yeah, all right. Lots to go in the first part of Kashyyyk. As you can see, guys, I'm not joking around when I said there's only 2 weeks left. I'm making week 53 and 54 as much as I can pack into them, so no laggy-daggy. I am working hard, and I'm going to continue working hard. So I hope this is a great intro to Kashyyyk, but guys, I got much more to do, so let's see what I'm going to do. Let's go.
Okay, guys, so it's about 2 in the morning right now. And as you can see, I've been working a lot right here. I mean, a lot. Alright, so I'll just get right into it, guys. So what you're seeing right now is another, I guess you could say, 3rd floor, even though this is technically the 3rd floor over here. I built another floor above this, and this right here, I'm pretty sure is going to be the armory, is what I decided to do. And this up here is going to be the comm center. And then, as you can see, I utilize some of this space up here, and I have a big plan for what I'm going to do right here. Now, first, what I want to show you before I get into the details is the biggest. It doesn't look like a giant, magnificent change. I mean, it's a big change, don't get me wrong, especially adding that new floor and stuff. But the biggest thing that I was working on, I've been working like 10 hours now. The biggest thing I've been working on is getting these lights to work. So I'm just gonna plug it in with one hand. If I can. It's a lot harder than it looks. Come on, it's just not. I've got this cord stretched as far as possible. Okay, I'm not going to. I'm gonna set the camera down, and I'm just gonna plug it in. That was easy. Okay. All right, there we go, guys. So this is with the lights on. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? So here's what I've done. As you can see, none of the other lights are actually on as well, and that's because I've created 2 different circuits. So I've got one circuit going in here, going into this, and then I have another circuit going all the way up to here. This circuit right here, though, the reason why I'm splitting up 2 is because I had too much power on one long circuit, and long story short, you need 2 power sources for the amount of lights I'm using. Even if I am connected to a wall outlet plug down here. So let me show you what's going on. So not only are there these side overhead lights here, but there's actually some other overhead lights under this. Doesn't that look awesome? Like, okay, maybe I'm being a little geeky here, but I'm really proud of these lights I created. I don't know, just it's very simple. I mean, there's nothing like giantly like significant about the building technique, but just the look of it. I mean, if we go in here, this just looks really great to me. I'm really proud of this. It's very simple. It's nothing like awesome, like super duper awesome, but it's, to me, it's really cool looking, and I really like this. I think this looks like, if I put the camera in here, this looks like an armory room. And I built some armory tables here, and I even built something really cool. I'm not sure if I'm gonna even use it or not, but I was just playing around and I created a, just for the fun of it, created a turnable gun rack. I don't know. I may or may not use that. It looks silly, I know, but let me know down in the comments, guys, if you want me to use that. I thought it was kind of cool. All right, and then the other thing you might notice is there's this red light over here, and you're like, what's that? And you see a ladder and stuff. All right, so here's what's going on. Everything you're seeing right here is going to be covered up, so you won't see that red light. You will see this area down here, so you will see that red light from this point of view, but you won't see it from here. But you'll notice right here, there's a hatch. And the way I had to figure this out, I was like, okay, if I build another floor here, how are they gonna get to it? And they can't use this elevator right here, so how are they gonna get to it? And I came up with, it's kind of a Minecraft-ish style, is, you know, when you dig straight down the ground, you put your ladders on the side. I was thinking, I don't know, I haven't played Minecraft in years, but I was like, why don't I use that? Like kind of that, you know, cave ladder thing that you did in Minecraft when I was younger. And I was like, that's not a bad idea. So in order to get to the comm center, because, you know, the comm center is a special place, right? It's a, you know, whatever. I mean, really it's not, but, you know, for my base it is. So you have to go up this special hatch right here to get up to here. So you would climb through up here. This is going to be closed right here. So you would go through, and then you would come out right here out of this hatch, and you'll be able to look down like that, and then you'll see the light down there too. There's that red light, and I'll be able, it's big enough that I can put clone troopers in it, and they can go all the way up, and yeah, so a whole bunch of wires and stuff. I took pictures of all of this stuff while I was working on it, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, oh my god, David, how did you do all this? I took pictures of everything, and I'll probably show it a later date, maybe post it on Facebook or something. Over here, you'll notice that there is these side lights or whatever on the side, and you'll also see, sorry about the mess, there's some doors here that actually can close fully. I'm not gonna, but I think you get the point. They close, I can push them back, they open and close fully. Just an easy mechanism right here. This will be, there's just going to be a big wall right here. It's going to divide this entire thing right here, and this right here is just going to be one big open space is what I decided on. Not sure what I'm going to do with this area. Maybe a little medic side thing right here, who knows. I'll make something. But comm center right here, there'll be a little side closet for maybe something funny, like a little comic relief room. But this is going to be the comm center. I'm going to have one of these ladder things here, and then you're going to have like a TV screen here. You're going to have the guys up here and the guys down here. I think it's going to look cool. I had to really think about what I wanted to do for this area. Now, if I turn on the other switch right here, it turns everything else on now. And then this other light right here comes on. So there's another side light, and now everything's on. So even over there, everything's now on basically. All right, that was a lot of explaining, but guess what, guys, this isn't the only thing I've been working on. So I have this wall pretty much finished. This entire area is done for now. I can always, if you guys are like, oh, you need a better floor, studs are stupid, I don't know, I can always go back in and edit that. The way I built the floor is just plates. Same type of technique I really use for this, but thinner.
And then I have 2 support posts. The reason why I didn't put a third right here, evened it out, is because when you're looking down this hallway right here, you see a post right at the end, and I think that looked really stupid. So I decided to leave that post out. I have supports under here. You can see here, and here, and then of course it's connected on the end there, right here. And again, this is all going to be covered up. You'll understand when I show you the final result. So that's what's going on here. All right, that's not the only thing I've been working on. Go around over here. Went ahead and put the other walkway or bridge on this. Kind of a little thing, but I went ahead and did that. And then if you look right behind it, the waterfall. Yeah, I also worked on that as well. Look how awesome that looks, guys. I think that looks really cool. I'm really proud of the way the waterfall came out. So there you go. There's it's not finished, but it's certainly looking really cool. So yeah, I spent a lot of work on this waterfall, carving it to get it the angle right, because I wasn't sure what exactly to do for the waterfall. I had to get it right. If we come on over here, show you a closer look at it. It's just a bunch of 1x2 bricks, same thing I did here. I'm gonna add maybe some more details. I took out these things right here because they were right here and it just didn't look good. So I took that out and I blended it a little better. This is actually removable. It's not actually stuck in place yet because I need to go down here, and I'm not sure, because I'm not going to have a river for this yet. This is a giant waterfall and it would make sense to have a giant river because of how much water is flowing down here. But like I told you guys, I was going to make it all very swampy in here. So for example, when that turbo tank is like rolling across right here, you're going to have these really awesome dirt treads and all that stuff because it's going to be really, really muddy and swampy. And that's where that nice Lego detail comes in. That's what I have going through my head. I'm not sure if we'll get to that. Probably won't get that in this episode. But anyhow, I need to go back under here, figure out what I want to do here. I'm probably going to use the like translucent green tiles and cover that around this area, make it very swampy like, put a lot of plant cover and stuff. That's probably what I'll end up doing, but I'll have some minor water flow around it to give it like a stream look. But yeah, that's the waterfall. Just go back over here again. Like every angle you look at this waterfall, it changes, and I really like that forced perspective you get from it. Because like it looks like it's one stream at like this angle, but when you turn it this, ow, just stepped on a Lego. Yeah, laugh all you want. But when you look at this angle, I know the tree's kind of blocking it, but it automatically becomes sideways. Yeah, so a whole bunch of crap going on there. So that's the waterfall bridge. Worked on this area, got this column. This is a permanent column right here. Got the armory is what I'm calling it right now. Might change to some other room. I can always take the armory stuff off and put it somewhere else. I don't know. I can always make it a different room. Maybe make this a medic room. I don't know. Got that done. So this room's done. Now I'm going to work on the comm center and little room over to the side. We'll move on to this area. And we'll see where we go from there, because I've already done a lot in this video, a lot more than I usually do in one video. And I'm going to keep on going, guys. So I'm going to see what I can pump out. Let's go. Oh my gosh, guys. So, in case you don't believe me, it is 5 in the morning right now. That's right, 5 a.m. And that's my phone right here. And I've been working since 10 o'clock yesterday. So that's 7 hours I have been working. I am brain dead right now, so if I sound weird, that is why. I've been doing an all-nighter on Kashyyyk just for you guys in this episode. I'm tired. Okay, let me just show you. There we go. So there's the second floor.
I spent so much, probably way too much time getting this second floor right. It's not even done. This is just like the basic layout. There's going to be like cables going everywhere. There's going to be more lights up here and some dudes and stuff. And I'm still not even done. I can't believe it. But why did I spend 7 hours on this section alone? And to answer that question, I have to plug in this right here. So, you know, I'm kind of tired, so I'm just going to see if I can't do this or not. Let's see. Give me the benefit of the doubt, guys. It's 5 in the morning. There we go. Okay. This is why I spent 7 hours on this. Is getting all these lights. Oh, wait. So, yeah. So there's those lights. One more click. And those come on too. So, yeah. A lot of lighting. A lot of specialty lighting. Figuring out how to do these spotlights, these lamps, and getting that lamp effect. Getting these generators. Getting a green light on the bottom. The side lights. And then obviously you're noticing there is a little mini Kashyyyk right here. How cool is that? I came up with the idea of like, I was trying to figure out what do I want to have in a comm center. And I was like, well, you know, in Battle of Geonosis, you see in episode 2, you see Count Dooku and all the separatists around this table of the battle, and they have this like giant hologram. I was like, well, there's not enough blue holographic pieces to make Kashyyyk in complete trans blue, so I came up with the next best idea. I was like, why don't I just make a little mini Kashyyyk and then have like some holographic stuff around it. So originally I had some like I don't know, I don't really have any around here. They were that piece right there around it, and that didn't really look that great. So then I came up with the idea. I was like, why don't I try like the idea of like maybe like projectors are projecting this. So I came up with these spotlights, my little spotlight design of my own. And what's cool about this is they can fall off. No, I'm just kidding. They don't actually fall off that easily. Okay. Anyhow, you can move them and stuff, and I really need to be using 2 hands, otherwise they're gonna break off. But my point is you can move them. So if I want spotlight on this guy over here, then I can do that. And I really like that. I think that's really cool. I don't know, maybe I'm just being way too nerdy about it, but yeah. And then I have it at an angle because straight just looks boring. And then I put like all these control panels around it and stuff. I think I went overkill time on this area, but you know what? I wanted to get it right. So yeah, there's gonna be, where is it? There's gonna be these tubes and stuff. Why is there these like line things running around the entire place? It's because this tubing actually can fit in here like that. So I'm gonna have like tube wires all around the place, you know, because it just looks cooler that way. And there's also some little more, there's little details coming, but you know what guys, how about that guard railing, huh? That's cool, right? I put a little rail just for the clone troopers. You know, safety is an important thing in Kashyyyk. You gotta have your guardrails. I'm so tired. Anyhow, yeah, so this is what I worked on for 7 hours. I know it's really not that much, but for some reason I spent so much time getting this right. I did so many different things. Now you may notice these generators over here. You may notice them because this is the same design we used for those all the way back last year. Oh goodness, probably like March or April of last year of 2014. We did that little like lighting test thing, and I said this is what the lights are gonna look like in the base. I went ahead. I was like, you know what? Let's use that prototype design and put it in here. So I went in and did that. There's a lot of wires down there. I wish you could see all the wires down here. By the way, there's that red light now. You see, isn't that cool? So now it's completely covered up, and there's the thing now, and it's completely covered up, and then you have this hatch that you can close just like that. Like, isn't that sweet? I am really proud of that design. But yeah, this comm center, I hope you guys like mini Kashyyyk. And you know what? I like it so much that if you guys want me to, I could make like a little like $10, $15 kit of this. Like if you want a little mini Kashyyyk. Because I had some friends come over earlier. Because I made mini Kashyyyk yesterday earlier, not during that 7 hours. By the way, it's removable. That's what it looks like without it. And they were like, "Oh, I'd totally buy that." I'm like, "Really?" So let me know down in the comments. Mini Kashyyyk, future minifigs for you kit. Anyhow, you also notice I put some side lights, 2 more side lights here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a transparent sticker that you can just print with your regular printer. And I'm going to print a Republic insignia logo, and I'm going to stick it right here so you have a big Republic symbol, and those lights will be flashing on it. I think that'll look really, really good right there. Also, I think I know what I'm going to do with this little space. I'm thinking about a little like mess hall, just like a little table or something right here. Maybe like just right here, just a chill table for the clone troopers. You know, why not? They need to take a break, have them eating some chicken or something, some funny comedy stuff, comic relief. But yeah, so I am tired and we're going to go ahead and move on. And I really hope you guys like this, because, you know, I spent a long time. Again, it is 5:08 in the morning. Man, this is beginning to be a long segment. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Again, so much more to see. I'm going to continue. I'm very tired right now. This is what I do for you guys. You guys make me go all night for Kashyyyk. And I am also an OCD freak about getting things the way I want it to be. But yeah, I think it looks really good. I hope you guys like it. Whew. All right, let's move on.
Okay, guys. So, quick side note. We're actually kind of getting away from Kashyyyk for a second. So I'm making a spotlight for the landing pad right now. And so this is the spotlight I came up with. I tested it out. Looks pretty good. I like it. For those of you wondering how on earth is this design staying together, it's a little non-Lego technique, but mainly just the force of the light is holding all of this together right here. The light's right there. Yeah, anyhow. So to hide the wire, what I'm planning on doing is taking this stuff right here. This tubing, you've probably seen it before. It's Lego tubing or whatever. And the problem I'm having, and I want to show you guys how, oops, at the camera, how I solve this problem is, okay, so if I fish this wire right here through this tubing, sorry my camera's, there's a lot to focus on in this area, so if it keeps on defocusing, that's why. Anyhow, if I try to fish this through the wire, and I try to like turn it like this, it just goes back into place. Even if I, you know, really forcefully hard, you know, try to bend it, it just won't stay into place. So what did I do to solve that, you ask? Well, if you take a paper clip and you undo it, you can put that in the tubing, and then all of a sudden you're able to get awesome shapes that stay like that. So you can see it's all bent that way and stuff. So I'm not sure if anybody's ever used this technique. I'm probably someone has, but I came up with this myself. I didn't get it off the internet or anything. The way I came up with it is like, wow, how can I make this pipe stay the way I want it to without having to bend it or melt it or heat it or whatever. And then I thought of a pipe cleaner. That's an old like crafts thing you used to, I don't know, I used to make as, you know, as a kid and stuff. I'm sure some of you probably know what a pipe cleaner is. And I was like, how do those things stay the way they always do? And I was like, oh, there's a metal wire inside of them. And I was like, what else is a metal wire? And then I was like, oh, what about a paper clip? So that worked wonderfully. So that is a cool, it's not really a Lego official, but the fact that we're using lights, non-Lego lights, quote quote unquote. I think that it's fine to use a couple paper clips and other things to keep this stuff together. Not a complete purist here. I'm sure there's ways to make it work with Lego, but I have no idea. Anyhow, so that's a cool trick. So the final light is this right here. So as you can see, it's bent the way I want it to, and now it bends perfectly like that. And you'll see why this is actually something very important later. So yeah, I just want to show you guys this quick little trick, and yeah, so we'll go ahead and continue moving on. And you'll see what I'm going to use all this stuff for. Oh yeah, little sneak preview of some figures. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who these guys are. So yeah, they're on minifixready.com. Alright, let's move on. Alright guys, I've been working really hard, so I'm just going to show it to you. This is what I've been working on. And yeah. Okay, so first of all, what you're seeing here, obviously the landing pad, you're seeing that right now, and then you're also seeing that the waterfall has been, it goes under it completely. There is water under it. It doesn't just stop and then continue there. Put it all under there. And then also you notice is the gun turret over here. It has like mountain stuff behind it. I went ahead and built all that into that, so it wasn't just exposed like that. And this right here, what you're seeing right here, same concept is what I'm going to do right here. That's the last thing I have to do, as well as covering this up right here. But once this and this is done, then this entire area, what you're seeing, is completely done, and that's really awesome. Now I'm going to actually work on this today. I'm going to get all of this done, but this is where I'm actually going to leave off onto the next segment, because I'm going to jam pack the next segment with a whole bunch of stuff, but this is going to be something I'm actually going to get done today. You guys just going to have to wait another week or so until you, or however long till the next segment, until I close that up. But that won't take long, but I am going to leave that on to the next segment. Now, one other surprise. So you see all these like lights here, right? Oh, they couldn't light up, could it? No, I don't suppose if I, take this cord right here and just happen to plug it in. Sorry for pointing the camera down, I just need both hands. So, need to get a switch installed. Minor Solid Brix Studios technical difficulties. There we go. How to plug this in. Alright, so all these lights are on. Obviously all that new area. We've been looking at this as well as the elevator this entire segment. But if we come over here, you'll notice that, ta-da, it's all lighted up along with this and this. It's all on one giant circuit. So yeah, I think that looks pretty kick-ass, excuse my language, but yeah, it's pretty awesome if you ask me. I'm very happy with the look. Now these lights here in the middle, I'm gonna put a stud on them. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be either probably like red and green. I haven't decided whether I want to do that color scheme or not. There will be a color on those lights though. That's just temporary at the moment. But yeah, it's completely lighted up. So what I did is under this right here, there's a wire from this thing right here. I wired it so you come over here, and then there's a panel board where all 9 lights go into here. It's underneath. You can't really see it. I did a pretty good job hiding it. But that's all connected here on the same circuit of this as well as this. When you guys remember when I was building this area, I know it doesn't seem so long ago, but it was. When I was putting those wires in here and all that, I fished out an extra wire that was originally right here, and I just pushed it into here, fed it all onto this panel. Now something else I want to do is I'm thinking about putting some lights here, but I've already put lights here and I can't really run anything, so I might, because this wire right here for the secondary light switch, the stuff that lights up this stuff. I might be able to do is wire this, because these lights are wired right here. I might be able to take a wire, fish it around into here, and add another circuit. But that is something up in the air. I may or may not do that. We'll see. But yeah. So this area is almost done. All I have to do now is just cover up this with more rock work, and it'll be done. So I think that's something great to leave off Kashyyyk on. Guys, I'm looking forward to the next segment. We're gonna get this covered up. We're gonna come over here, get this all finished up, get all that covered up. I'm thinking about putting some bench up here or something, I don't know. And then of course cover that up. And then we'll be done with everything on like all this top tier stuff. And then I'll have to clear out the bottom, make the floor, and then we have the outside to do. But yeah, so I think, you know, in this entire segment, I have jam-packed so much into this segment. We did the waterfall right here. We did the landing pad, the rock wall for the gun turret. We did 2 floors, completely lighted up, in the staircase, all this stuff. If I click this button, all these lights come on right here. They're all lighted up. I'm gonna put a Republic sticker right here. You have all this going on. It looks awesome. And of course the elevator. So much. I know it's not like a giant amount. Like it's not. It is a giant amount, but it doesn't seem as big as I make it. So a lot of work this segment, guys. Trust me, I've been working over this last month, and there's still a lot more to do. So we'll go ahead and end out the segment, guys. All right, guys. So that is the segment. Whew. Very long, I know, but we covered a lot. I kind of wish I did a little more. I wanted to get where those barracks, I want to get that area kind of done, as well as getting the cliff area next to the landing pad completely done. I wanted to get those 2 things done in this segment, but it's Friday and I wanted to get a Kashyyyk segment out. I didn't want to wait another week just for those 2 things. I'd rather show you guys what I've been working on, and then we just we'll come back next week or whenever I get the chance, probably next week actually. And we'll finish up a lot of that stuff. Now, I originally said that there was going to just be 2 more Kashyyyk segments, 53 and 54. I think this is Kashyyyk week. Yeah, this is 53. I might extend that to 56. We might need another 2 weeks before the finale, because, you know, just in this one segment, I thought I could have gotten all of this done plus other things in one segment, but there's just a lot more work than I thought. And it's not really the building. Obviously the stuff I built I could have probably gotten done in 1 week. It's the fact that I have to add in all those lights, and it takes a lot of time with lights because you have to get those circuits right. You have to test everything constantly, and you also have to build things to fish the wires around and everything. It creates 3 times the amount of regular work than just building stuff. I wish I could just build everything, but the fact that I included lights adds a lot of extra time of working on the mock. And I know it wouldn't seem that way, but that's just how it is. All those lights, it's very time consuming getting that right. I'll probably spend twice the amount of time building, putting the lights and installing those than actually building the things that you saw in this segment. That's how much time goes into the light work. But, you know, I think it'll pay off for all the time that I put onto it. It'll pay off, I think, in the end. And there's still more to do. There's still more light work. I still, if I can, I want to light up the Kashyyyk trees. That would be kind of a challenge, considering I've already built them and I'd have to take off the limbs, and I really don't want to do that. But we'll see about that. Maybe I'll find an alternative way of doing that. So yeah, there's not too much left on the second floor, and then so next segment we'll pick up and I'll clear off that mess of a bottom floor. We'll work on that, figure out what I want to do. I'm thinking about doing snot work, which is studs not on top, meaning taking the bricks and putting them sideways. Might do that for that area. Haven't quite decided yet. That'll be something when it comes. I'll decide then. And then of course we have the outside work. Not too much to do. It's just, you know, I want to get the sand a little more detailed. Obviously put in those the barracks or whatever in the front. Not the barracks. The blanking on me. Where the Wookiees are and the troopers. I don't know why I can't think of the name right now. I'm blanking. But also, you know, the greenery and all that swamp stuff in the back, as well as making more of a swampy area with all that water going, you know, have that giant waterfall going down. I really want to create like a swampy kind of thing going on there, because I decided not to do a river out to the water here, so I need to make it look like it's very watery and swampy and stuff, because you have all those gallons of water, you know, all those gallons gushing everywhere. That water has to go somewhere, so I have to show that all that extreme plant life is what I'm going to come off of doing that. And so that's going to be a challenge, but you know, there's no lights involved in most of the front, so it'll be fun, a lot of fun actually doing all that. But yeah, so again, that's why I might extend the weeks to week 56 and then have a finale after that, because the finale, the Kashyyyk finale, is when I put all the figures and vehicles and all that stuff on it, and I spend a good 30 minutes doing an overview of Kashyyyk and all that stuff. And then after that, you'll have the video of all, you know, seeing everything completely, nothing left to build. You see all the vehicles on it, all the troopers, the complete battle of Kashyyyk, and that'll be another video. So you have the finale in that, and then you obviously have the segment, the weekly segments. Well, not really been weekly, that have been leading up to that. Alright, sorry if I repeated a lot of things you may have heard from the last segment. I just want to get everybody on the same page of where my mind's at. Now, I have been working on other things like minifigures, my Minifigs For You site, if you guys have been paying attention to that. There's plenty of new figures on that, is why I've been absent for so long, for a month now. As well as some other personal things. I am now completely done with public school, so I'm officially a graduate, and I'm very happy with that. So I'm on to college, so extremely awesome stuff right there. So yeah, all of that's been happening over the last month, and that is why I have been kind of absent from Kashyyyk. So I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm going to stop talking because I've been talking for a long time now. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys hopefully in a week. It may be 2 weeks until the next segment. I'll let you guys know on Facebook. Please pay attention to Facebook. That is a great area where I will update a lot of you guys. So if you haven't liked the Facebook page, there's a link down below. Check that out. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.